I have a question from Allison, and it's all about finding and selecting the appropriate cardstock and materials to use with her Cricut. This is the Creative Crafters Podcast. Hi, I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. Now, Allison, I know there are tons of materials out there. You can buy cheap paper, you can buy more expensive paper. There's tons of it out there, but a few work much better than the others. Now, it has been recommended for a couple of ones. If you go into Michael's, you'll find their Recollections pads of paper. Those are great for some projects, not intricate cuts, but they're great for most card projects. And that's a fairly inexpensive paper. Now, Cricut also has a series of papers and pattern papers that they put out, and that's more of a premium brand. And you'll also note that the Cricut papers are made for the Cricut, so they cut better. Now, I have a couple of other favorites that might be well worth looking at, and one of them is called Bazzil, Bazzil. You can buy those at places like 12 by 12 cardstock, but Bazzil paper is a solid core paper and it's fairly flexible, and I love it for intricate cuts. So that is a Bazzil paper. Now, Prisma has also recently just put out a new paper, which we are testing right now. So far, I absolutely love it. It gives intricate cuts like crazy. So that is Prisma paper. Now, if you want a thinner cardstock and, the big pads of papers that you can get at Joann's, they are really worth it. Those are a thinner cardstock, and you want the nice thin cardstock for a lot of other projects, especially if you're making embellishments and that type of thing. That type of paper pack really works well. Now, I found them at Joann's, and I've also found them at Hobby Lobby, so you can check both of those places for that type of paper. And they're usually called stacks, and those are absolutely great. Now, AC cardstock, that's a nice heavier cardstock. I really enjoy those for the plain paper colors. Now, those are great for plain colors and making cards, and sometimes some 3D projects will work well with them. However, I do find when it comes to intricate cuts, they're a little more difficult to work with. I tend to stick more to the Bazzil style paper and, of course, the Prisma paper and the Cricut paper if I want those intricate cuts. So I hope that helps a little bit. This has been the Creative Crafters Podcast. Your questions answered.